Hello, beautiful people. It is already September. I'm here to share a few messages, a few light codes and transmissions. So if it feels good for you, just listen to me as you're doing other things or sit and receive the message, however it flows with you. So I just want to open my own sacred space if you want to do that with an intention of connecting to your guides and seeing if any special messages or resonances come through for you on why you're finding my video, my transmission, or this message for you right now. I connect to my higher self, my multidimensional self, the highest possible source light of unconditional love. I call upon my light beings, my spirit allies, Mother Earth, Father Sky, and the 7 directions, and especially here in the sacred in-between where we stand for balance between the spiritual and the physical. We are, after all, humans, but spiritual beings having a human experience. And we ask that all portals, gateways, accesses to lower level energies be closed. We are free from distraction, distortion. Hello, I'm Katara, for those who don't know me. And every month I share a few messages that have come through, probably on the morning of, or that's been building up to sharing this transmission. And I often share with toning and light language, just one of my expressions of how to bring some energies through. So I may be playing one of my drums. This is my beautiful 20-inch kangaroo drum, the last drum that I birthed. I do drum making workshops as well, and I've just recently been reunited with it. So happy to give it a little play during the talk. All right, so let's get to it. So I'll share just 3 messages and weave in some codes and transmissions in between and see how that feels for you. Please comment in the video or let me know how you resonate with the messages. So the first one is clearing out the closet, but in particular, embracing familial healing. So for those who have been following my journey, you'll know that I've been traveling quite a bit the last few months and really spending a lot of time at home in Canada, my home country and land, for the last month or so. And there has been a lot of clearing out the closet. This is an invitation for you also to feel into how much is arising in the family circle, in the family unit. Look at some of the patterns that arise, like family is the gift that keeps on giving, in the sense it's always opportunities for us to deeper dive into ourselves and to find new gems, new revelations, new opportunities to come into wholeness, which is really what healing is all about. I'll share one story of healing or reconciliation with you. As I was working with integrating and working on this Lyran aspect of me in my light language expression and the work that I was really doing with my father and the father wounds since childhood, I realized that some of the history that we have, they went back all the way to some of the more galactic times that we have, been together, let's call it. So wherever we are in the journey, I think that when we look at why we have chosen this family unit, why we have chosen our mothers, our fathers, our siblings, and the dynamics of our relationship, they really can present the gift that keeps on giving. They really can present ample opportunities for us to keep looking at layers and layers of our self-reconciliation, of our self-returning back into wholeness. So I certainly wasn't expecting that when I was doing a session and doing some father healing and reconciliation. And yet there we were back in some time where we're still my mother, my father, and myself in a similar kind of pattern, but I chose a different way of how to go about it. And so some of the wisdom of being able to go back to the past and all is happening at the same time is the ability to choose, well, how else can we choose differently? How do we want to choose now in the current timeline? So if you're feeling some heaviness or just lots of family stuff arising, whichever family member, embrace the healing and reconciliation that can come out of that. Okay, so a few maybe codes or frequencies to help anchor that in, and to invite yourself to feel into where is the pain, where is the discomfort in your own familial situation. I invite you to love those parts of yourself, to love those parts of your family, to see that your family is a beautiful beacon of light, that you have come here to do this work, that you have come here with and for these opportunities to help you illuminate. And it feels like we're going fishing, like an expedition to see just what is there lurking beneath the surface. And maybe there is something that is obvious and you already know in your conscious mind, just like I knew there was lots of work to do with my dad in my conscious mind. But what is there that's beneath the surface, just swimming beneath the surface? Breathe into the heart and let that open. And I'm just going to talk to the next point as we continue drumming a little, and maybe you receive this as a meditation. And what I'd like to share is that grief is a portal to new beginnings. And as I dove into my own healing, I realized that there was oceans and oceans of grief, so profound that I could not even differentiate what was related to this particular wound. What have I been feeling for a long time? And for that resonance of grief was just sticking to, picking up on other grief, and it was so amplified for me. And so my healing this last month has been really allowing the grief to be there, allowing the mourning of deaths, of my deaths, of versions of myself that I've had to let die, and not to look at any of these deaths as terrible endings, but as necessary, maybe even intentional and chosen ends. For every end, there is the pathway to the beginning. And so if you are grieving for the end of friendship, for the end of a relationship, for the end of a career, the end of an identity that you can no longer see yourself being, know that that is the pathway out to the new you, to the new beginnings. Let yourself swim in the grief. Make some space for that grief. Not for it to reside, but for you to swim right through it, to be immersed in it. Feel the feels. Do not be shy to feel the feels. Allow yourself to be taken by the current. See where it takes you. Or you want to emerge on the other side of that grief. And on the other side, I want to give you 3 keys to transformation. Have that confidence that you very well can get to the other side. And so the last message are these 3 keys. And the 3 keys that I share with everyone is know that you need commitment. Commitment combined with bravery and inspired action is what can take you there. And now everyone's into manifestation, creating the life that you desire. And yes, so I am as well. But I must always keep in mind these 3 things. I am committed and intentional on this path. What is it that you are missioned on? What is it? Are you finding that alignment, that clarity? And if you have not found it yet, come deep inside yourself. Find someone who can help you to come deep inside yourself, for you need that alignment and tethering to that so that you can remain committed, so that you can remain steadfast on this mission. And from there, you know that you can call upon the bravery, the courage that exists within yourself, for this is not your first rodeo, for this is not the first time that you have done this. And bravery means more than just courage. Bravery means that you are conscious of the fear, of the unknown that lies ahead of you, and yet you still take action. 3rd component, 3rd key to transformation, taking inspired action. For in this universe, we must activate on all levels. It is not enough simply to have an intention, to have good energy. It is what we do, it is what we take action to bring things in the energy and into the from the thought form into physical form, into our life. That is actually manifestation. What are we creating? Ianana suriti. And for this last part, I do want you to really focus, expanding that trust in knowing that you have what it takes. I have commitment, I have bravery, I take inspired action, and activate the 3 keys that lock together. Maybe you might get a sense of which one you need to work on a little bit more. Are you as committed as you say? Are you taking the necessary actions? For it is not enough to know that we are in the ascension times and there is good energy and good vibes around. Yes, there are. But these are energies that can support us, but we can also forego the opportunities if we do not harness these energies, take inspired action. So really short but concise messages for you in this month. And that is also one of the things I've noticed. Healing, reconciliation, tuning in, deep diving doesn't necessarily need to be a big hoo-ha. It doesn't need to take as long as we may have had to work on things in the past. Sometimes it is just that energy and that sound and vibration that can help you shift into things. Sometimes it is just hearing certain words from the right person at the right moment. So part of commitment, bravery, and taking action is being able to recognize the synchronicities that are happening for you and knowing which actions to take. So take a step back, take 10 steps back, observe, where are you in the journey? What kind of healing, whether it's familial or not, are you working on that's bringing you more into wholeness, more into reconciliation just with self? Where can you be more aligned? What parts of life are not aligning so that you can remain steadfast and committed to the path? Where are the pieces of misalignment? How much courage, bravery, how much of standing in your power are you at this moment? And then what actions are you taking because of that? And may all the light beings and spirit guides be with you to keep showing you the path. I know that they have been showing me the way for a long time, and sometimes I have felt them a little, and sometimes I have felt them so profoundly I cannot for even a moment doubt that they are not here. And with that, I leave you. We are just a few days away from starting my Heart Song program that starts on September 3rd. It is not too late to join. And it is profoundly something from my soul, from my heart, as I have come into more of my expression, because I know that there is still more to come, and really working with a team of my spirit allies and energies that have really helped me to let parts of my old self die and birth new versions of myself. We work with Phoenix, we work with Dragon, we work with Mermaid, we work with the goddess Inanna, Guan Yin, just different aspects of energies, archetypes, to help you to know yourself, to free ourselves from certain stories so that we can come more into our true self, so that we can come more into alignment, into authenticity. So if you want to join, please reach out to me. I would be delighted for you to join, and that is why you're probably watching this video and have found me. Otherwise, stay tuned for the next upcoming podcast or offerings, or reach out if you would like to do some one-on-one work. Sending you lots of love.